Alright, so let's do a quick recap on the crash bars. First we did 3 coats of nitro morse, which did a great job of loosening up the powder coat. I scraped off what I could, then rinsed the nitro morse off and blew out the insides with a compressor to dry it out. I love my compressor. Then attacked the remainder of the paint with a wire brush drill attachment, which to be honest did hardly anything really. It removed some loose rust and whatever dry crusty bits of paint were left, but not really that effective. So I then went with a flappy disc on the angle grinder, which did the opposite thing and took not only the paint and rust off with ease, it was also eating into the metal underneath, which I didn't want to happen. So luckily I only used it on the joining bar. You can actually see here where it squared it off slightly. Oopsie daisy. Anyway, there you go, lesson learned. And in the flappy wheels defense, I should have used a higher grit, then maybe it would have not been so ruthless. Anyway, onwards and upwards. So did some research and came across a guy on YouTube who renovates old pickup trucks out in the States, and he recommended using what is called a poly stripper wheel. The benefits of these is that it not only does it remove the paint and rust, or both in my case, with ease, I'll say as efficiently as the flappy wheel actually. It leaves the metal underneath unscathed, so you just have a really smooth bare metal surface. Perfect for adding primer. Honestly, I never heard of a poly stripper wheel until a few days ago. They're absolutely bloody brilliant, thoroughly recommended. The only downside is I can't really get into the tight angles where the pipes meet, so I'm going to have a go at them with a wire brush and smooth those areas off as best I can. And then that's it. Then it's time to add a few coats of primer, then 2 or 3 coats of black, then let's remount everything and see how they look. So let's get grinding. Let's do it. Right, so let's talk about this joining bar. This basically connects the 2 crash bars behind the exhaust, and that's the area that the sort of grub screws grip onto. So yeah, I'm going to put some filler in these bits here, sand it all off, make it look nice and neat, hopefully. Never used this sort of stuff before, but I will give it a shot. Oh, Billy will try anything once. So let's carry on trying to get rid of more of this mess. There's no more rust in there now in those big deep craters, so I think that's probably about as good as I'm going to get it. Okay, let's put some filler on there, see how it looks. Right, so I had to do another batch of this. The first one I didn't do correctly. I either put not enough hardener in or I didn't mix it enough. So I did a second batch and it's worked out really well. Took about 30 minutes to dry, so I've sanded it. And yeah, it looks nice. So what I'm going to do is pretty much go over it again, because it's got these little nooks and little digs in it. But it's a million times better than what it looked like, those big craters in it. So I'm really pleased with that. Yes, let me show you my professional painting booth area here. This is actually how the professionals set up their painting area. And it's got a broom there, pressing that against there so it doesn't touch the bar but it's wet. And that's a slide for any employees on their lunch breaks. Okay, right, let's get started. Oh yes, look. Come on. Billy's painting booth is open for business. Oh, Billy's paint booth. Nice, nice, it's going on nice. Just going to do the other side if I can turn it. Come on. Oh yes. Nice. Okay, I'm going to leave that. My temptation is to spray more on it, but I know that's not the right thing to do. So, oh, that looks good actually. Let's get you in for a little close-up. God, I need to clean this camera, it's disgusting. So there you go. So I'm going to leave that for 20 minutes. Let that dry out properly, then I'll do another coat. It's actually quite good that it spins like that, because it means I can paint it whilst it's turning. Okay, I think it's time for the second coat. This looks quite dry now. I'll just touch it in an inconspicuous place. Yeah, that's dry. Okay, second coat. Well, that looks nice. That can be the end, the rolling credits at the end. Ooh. Okay, we are 3 coats in. Not bad. I think 3 is probably enough. Is it? I don't know. I'm not too sure. I'll have to Google that quickly, actually. Bit shoddy up there. In that bit. I think that's rust. I'm not sure. Definitely shows up the imperfections when you put the primer on it, and that's fine. Okay. So I'm glad I googled that, because it says here 2 coats of primer should be plenty. Okay, so I've done 3, so I think I'll leave it at that. But I just read down here, how long after priming can you paint metal? And it says here 24 hours. A primer will usually sit for 24 hours before you apply the base coat of paint. I'll tell you what, I'm glad I read that, because I was gonna spray that today. Ah, ball bags. Okay, never mind, that's fine. In your world, it would be like a few minutes, but for me, it'll be another day. I'm not gonna rush it, because I don't wanna cock it up. I'm just gonna be patient, let it do its thing. Whew. Right, so that's it. That's all the primer work done on both of those. They're looking really nice. Really nice finish on that. And that's just the Halfords own brand stuff. Nothing special really. This joining pipe is done. I've done 1 coat on there and then I ran out, but that's fine. It's quite a heavy coat. But you can really see where I didn't sand it down properly, but that's okay. I'll put the nice side facing out. There you go. All right, see you in 24 hours. So check this out, guys. Yesterday we had that massive storm, and apparently it dragged in a load of sand from the Sahara, and I've never seen anything like it. It's gone absolutely everywhere. Look at the state of it. I mean, it's both a pain in the arse and quite cool at the same time, because, you know, 2 days ago this sand was in the Sahara, and now it's sitting on my bike in my garage. Crazy. So I'm going to rinse it all down today. Look at it, it's just... Have I got a sandy helmet? No, that's not too bad. Oh no, a little bit. Oh no, that's fine. Nothing worse than a sandy helmet. Alright, so it's been well over 24 hours since we did the primer on these. 3 coats on each of those, 1 coat on the joining bar. I'm going to set up my professional painting booth area in a second. And yeah, we'll get cracking with the final coat. Very exciting. Look at the bloody state of it. It's actually a well-known fact that every professional painting studio does have a garden rake in it. You can Google that. That looks good, right? Oh, my wood's fallen down. Cock it. Look, it's a disaster. I did it alright the other day. How come it's not working now? I know what I need. My professional painter's shovel. As used by professional painters like me, okay. That one can go in there. Right, that's definitely not moving. So in case you're interested, again, I'm going to be using the Simoniz Tough Black. Quick drying. Oh, look, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. I can't have it touching it. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, it's an absolute disaster. So I've got a shovel holding up that end, a garden rake holding up that bit. Sticks on the floor. It's how the pros do it. Yeah, you don't need a professional painting booth, you just need some shovels. Alright. Here we go. Woo-hoo-hoo. Alright, we'll leave it at that for the first one. It's a bit splattery. I did give the can a good shake and I sprayed it upside down for a few seconds before I started, which is apparently you're supposed to do. But it is the first coat, so how long have we got to wait for this to dry? 20 to 30 minutes between coats. Okay, cup of tea time. You know, I'm looking around the bike whilst that's drying. I'm looking around the bike at all this other stuff that needs doing. There's my fog lights, they're in a pretty bad way. The brackets that hold them on are in a pretty bad way. But generally speaking, despite how it looks, it is still in pretty good condition. I would like to do these as well, the bracket. I might do those actually, see how they look, because I very rarely put the panniers on anymore. I usually just have a massive like dry bag on the top, and they're a bit manky, so I might do those. We'll see. All right, cup of tea time. Okay, I had to take all that stuff down because it was just kept on blowing, even though I put the weight against it, and I didn't want it to touch that whilst it's drying. So what we've got here, we've got 2 coats on this one, and I just put another professional painting bar across the top there. So we've got 1 coat on that, 1 coat on that. Yeah, Yes. But it's getting there. It's definitely not as oh bollocks, there's a little hair on there, look. Cock it. Doesn't matter. Well, it does matter, but there's not much I can do about it. Yeah, I reckon I think I might do 4 coats on these, so I said 2. Yeah, it's looking okay. It's looking a million times better than what I did when I took them off the bike, that's for sure. All right. Okay, we are 3 coats in each. Oh, it's looking really nice actually. I've been very kind of patient with it, waited half an hour in between each sort of thin coat because I don't want to get any drips. If I do, it's not the end of the world, but you know, I want it to look nice. And so far, I'm well pleased with it. It's a lovely finish on this satin paint, really, really nice. It's got a lovely, lovely sort of texture to it. Just doing a little bit under there actually. Tasty. And there's the pipe. Just looking all right. Okay. I think I might do maybe 4 coats in total, so another coat on each. Yes, and then back on the bike, and we'll see what they look like back on the bike. Okay, finally we are done. So in total, what was it? 3 coats of primer, and I did 4 coats in the end of the black. And I'll give you some close-ups now of how it looks. I'm really, really pleased with it actually. I don't think I managed to get any drips. None that I can notice straight away. There's a few little bits like there where it's a little bit rough. But all in all, yeah, that stuff is really good. I was a bit dubious at first because when it went on, it went on really kind of like, it was kind of spattering on, even though I cleaned the nozzle and everything. But after a while it kind of flattens out and it loses its that kind of spatter effect. But yeah, that's hard to tell whether it's focusing on it or not. I can't really tell, but anyway, yeah, really pleased. Let's bring you out into the light. Oh, there you go, that's a bit better. Yeah, nice, really nice. A million times better than what it was. So yeah, the Simoniz, I should say, tough black paint did a very, very good job, and it's a nice look as well. It's got just that nice subtle sheen on it. Yeah, satin, as they say. I love it. So all I've got to do now is put these little plugs that go in the back there, I guess to stop the water getting in, put those back on, and then stick them back on the bike. I've already taken off the all the fastenings in preparation for that, so I'm going to do that now, and I'll show you when it's back on the bike. Woo! And we are done. There you go. Went on okay. Bit of a tricky, there's a bolt down here. Where is it? Just in there, just behind the actual crash bar. Really tricky to get to. Like, you can't put a socket on it because the bracket for the side stand is in the way. But yeah, done it in the end. But yeah, really pleased with those. But you know, like usual, when you do something really, you know, freshen something up on the bike, it makes everything else look all manky. Show you around the other side. There's not much light around this side, but you get the idea. There you go. Alright guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Actually, I'll tell you what, let's do a quick before and after. So, there's before. After. Before. After. Before. After.